morning, friends. I hope you guys are well. I am standing in the office, and as you can see, our closet is so jam-packed with clutter that I can't even close the door anymore. Today is going to be a continuation of decluttering and organizing our entire home. I finished my 25 spaces in 2025, but as I told you guys, I'm gonna keep going. There is still so much work to be done in our home, and it feels so good to get things decluttered and organized. So my plan today, we're gonna tackle the office closet. There's a lot in here that I wanna now store and organize in my craft room in the basement. I feel like I'm underutilizing my craft room, so I wanna get into the craft room, redo the organization in there. I'm gonna share with you guys just some affordable organization ideas, my tips, my tricks for decluttering, how I stay motivated to do it, so many good things. If you're new, welcome. My name is Trisha Miller. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and stick around. Let's get started. Okay, as you guys can see, it is a straight up disaster in here. Am I giving you secondary stress right now looking at this? It's okay. We're gonna handle it today. I keep reminding myself that this can be done. This is very doable. I'm gonna have a strategy, but let me just kind of walk you through basic plan for this closet. And I'll talk to you about things that I've already set up because I'm actually gonna change all of that, but it is a good strategy. But anyway, so I want to store in this office closet office supplies, school supplies for the kids, school projects, things like that. So this needs to go back to just being an office closet and take all of my ribbon and party decor supplies and all these things and take them down to the craft room, because I also have like all my gift wrapping stuff back here. I want that to all go down to the craft room and have this just be an office supply closet. And then I think it'll be easier to maintain it because it's also become just a dumping ground where I just throw everything. So I've got to fix that habit. All right, let me walk you through just some things that I've set up, like these ribbons, and then we're gonna get started. I just want to explain my ribbon, my DIY ribbon holding that I set up 3 years ago. It's a really good system, but now in the craft room, if you've seen my craft room, you know this. I invested in an IKEA bracket system where I can hold my ribbons on there. So I am going to take all of these down today and transport all of this ribbon down to the basement in the craft room. But I do want to share this with you guys because it was just a really affordable, easy solution. So I bought these brackets on IKEA. I will link everything for you. If they don't sell them anymore because it's been a bit, I'll just find something similar for you. And then I just used the command strip, like picture strips that Velcro together to hold them on the door, and then just a thicker wooden dowel to hold the ribbon. I had a thinner one at first, but it kind of bowed down over time. So I just got a thicker one, and it works really, really well, and it's just really inexpensive, and I think it's really pretty. I love DIY hacks, so I wanted to share that with you guys. I'll link everything that I can. It's a great system. You can put it on a wall, you can put it on a door. There's just a lot of possibilities for all of this ribbon. All right, let's start. The first thing I'm doing is setting up a system for where I'm going to put everything so it doesn't end up all over the floor. So I have a laundry bin for things I want to donate, a laundry bin for things that need to go down to the craft room, and then a laundry bin for things that are going to go back into the closet, but I just need to get them out temporarily while I sort through everything. I just thought of a fourth basket that I need, which is stuff that is in this closet but does not belong in this closet. It belongs somewhere else in our house, so let me slide these over and add one more. I'm so thankful for this closet that we have in our office. So our office is technically a guest bedroom. There's a full bathroom attached to it. But Steven and I, when we had this home built, we were so intentional with how each room was going to be. We didn't want to waste any space. In our last home, we had a formal dining room area that we never used. At Thanksgiving, we used it once a year for Thanksgiving, and we just didn't want that for our new home. We wanted to be very intentional and use every single room and every single space. And so we technically don't have a guest room in our home, but we just get really creative with Charlie's room. We made sure each of our kids' rooms had space for an extra person to sleep in. So Rory's bedroom, it has a trundle under her bed. Charlie's bed has a trundle. Liam has a bunk bed. So we can shift our kids around if we need to, and we can have guests stay in one of the kids' rooms. And so that has been working for us so far. But what's been so nice is because this room is technically a bedroom, it has such a nice size closet. And, you know, the former teacher in me has so many school supplies and office supplies, and I can't even even tell you how excited I get when I go into the school section in any store. Like Office Depot used to bring me so much joy to walk in. I think personally they're very expensive. So now the Target school section brings me so much joy. And so yes, we have a lot of office supplies and school supplies, but it also really helps if our kids have a project that they need to do at home for school. Having this area is just beneficial for a lot of reasons. One, we have all the supplies now ready to go, but it also really excites our kids when they can go in that closet and pick out what they need, and it just kind of takes away some of that daunting things of, oh gosh, I have a big project I need to do for school. So that's part of it, and it's just really helpful. Stephen and I both have jobs where it's nice to have a spot where we can do meetings in our office, and for me, just having a spot to edit that's my own, it's just really, really nice. And so Stephen and I share that space, and so it would be so good to have this closet finally organized and just only have the things that it truly needs to have inside of it. Now, if you want something similar and you're thinking, well, I don't have a big closet that I can dedicate to all of this, you could use a cart. I have a cart we call it the fun cart if you've seen that video. So you could just simply take a cart and set it up with the things you need. You could dedicate a cabinet. You could just use little plastic bins and organize them that way. It doesn't have to be a big closet. I've made things work especially again, as a former teacher, we have very limited space. And so you get very creative with the space that you have and just make it your own and just have fun with it and get creative. I needed a snack break. Sometimes the caffeine isn't enough. I was getting a little hangry. It's only 9:41 right now, but that mid-morning snack is just really needed in my life. Let me know if you're a snacker as well. I'm having a mini perfect bar. This is the dark chocolate chip peanut butter. Tastes like a dessert. It's so good. All right, I'm feeling good. I have a floor. I don't have a floor on the corners, but I have a floor right here, which sometimes just having that cleared off floor is like, it instantly lowers your stress level in these cluttered spaces. That's why when I do our pantry, I always start with the floor area. So it already feels better. I think I'm going to tackle this middle area before I venture out into the deep, dark, cluttered corners of the closet. Got all the top cleared out. I need to climb up on my step stool and just get up there. But I'm feeling really good. So I'm trying to think if I want to get the closet completely done before I go down to the craft room. That is looking encouraging to me because I kind of want that gratification of seeing the space completely done instead of having two messy areas. So I think my plan, we're gonna finish clearing this out, get everything in laundry baskets, take the laundry baskets down to the craft room and just wherever they need to go, and then get this closet done. Then I might have to do a day 2 where we pick up in the craft room, but we'll see. Kids are at camp today. It's the first time they've done a camp this summer, so I have to pick them up by 3 o'clock. So it just depends on how the day goes, but we can easily pick up tomorrow if we need to. All right, cheers to snack time. Oh, good.
It was the night of 1st November, and we knew we ain't getting any younger. All the things I still remember. Oh, by the minute, it's getting much stronger.
We've already made so much progress in such a short amount of time. It feels so good. This is like a little nook in the far corner of our closet. I think there's like a vent. I don't know. There's something where it created that little shelf inside. I can't remember what the builder told us, but there's something very important underneath of that, and that's why it has that little divot in there. But it works. It gives me an extra little shelf. Anyway, I wanted to update you guys because I told you that the kids are at summer camp. So the boys were always scheduled to do a basketball camp this week while I'm filming this, and Rory was going to be home with me. Well, she decided, like, I think 4 days before the camp started, that she wanted to do it. She said she wanted to try the basketball camp. Stephen and I were hesitant because I just had a feeling that she would say that. We'd sign her up. You know, it's non-refundable. You don't get your money back for these camps. And then day 1, she'd maybe go for a little bit and then not like it and not want to go the rest of the week. So I can't even tell you how many times Stephen and I sat her down. We're like, okay, if we sign you up for basketball camp, you can absolutely do it. But if you don't like day 1, you still have to go back for day 2, 3, and 4. And she's like, I know. You guys, she has been loving it. I am so proud of her. She's never played basketball before. She's, in the driveway, she's, shot around with her brothers or Steven and I and had fun that way. But I didn't even think she knew the rules of basketball or where to go and what to do. But I guess when you've been a sideline sibling for multiple years watching your brothers play basketball, you just kind of figure it out. So I showed up a little bit early the first day to do pickups. I just wanted to kind of watch and see how everything was going for her. And she was out there playing. Any basketball parents out there, you'll understand all of this. But like her defense, I couldn't believe it. Like the person she was defending never got to touch the ball because she did not leave them. I was just shocked at how much she had already picked up. And tomorrow is the last day as I do this voiceover for the camp. And she's had a great week. She did tell me last night that she wants to get back into tumbling. I mean, she starts her cheerleading season. Her fall season starts in July for like practices and stuff. So she'll be switching back over into cheer mode. But I'm just proud of her for trying something new that was a little scary, and it turned out okay. Okay, we're having a moment together. I just found an Amazon package deep in the corner of the closet. I have no idea what's in this. There's parts. As I shake it, I hear something. It's addressed to this address, so it's sometime in the last 3 years that I ordered it. I don't know why it would be shoved in the back of the closet. I hope this is something really exciting. Let's find out what's in here. Okay, so there is some styrofoam, so maybe it's breakable. What is this? Oh my gosh, it's a second table. It's the same table, shelf, that our printer is on. And honestly, this is perfect. Rory's nightstand broke months ago, and I've just been using this like tuft that my mom made for her as her nightstand. I need to check our Amazon history. I don't remember ordering 2 of these. Why would it get shoved in the closet? This is really exciting. Hey, this is why you should clean out spaces and not have hidden corners, and also maybe just make it a habit of not shoving things into corners like I like to do. Wow, this is really exciting. I'm gonna set this up later for Rory and she's gonna be thrilled. I mean, it's not like the cutest nightstand, but it works. I'm not gonna waste this and not use it somewhere unless I can think of another spot. But for right now, the nightstand is like high demand. She needs one, so yay. In case you're wanting to know, this is what the table looks like. It's just a 2-tiered white table that we definitely got on Amazon. So yay for finding that.
But I will never want it any other way. And we were always talking, wishing for the phone will not come. And we were always laughing, now that our cries are tears from joy. And we were always making love, instead I could give you more.
All right, next plan I think is to take these bins that are holding just extra ribbon and things and dump them out into a laundry basket, because that is all gonna go down to the craft room now. I wanna keep these hanging baskets up, so all I did with this, these came from the Target dollar spot a couple years ago. They were either $3 or $5, and I just took command strips and put them on the wall, and it's just an easy way to get some organizing going in your home, so highly recommend it. But I'm gonna dump these out, I'm gonna keep the baskets up here, and I think I'm gonna put some things like extra markers, glue sticks, and just put some labels on them, and so it's easy access for all those school supplies. Okay, the time has come to take these down. I am gonna miss them. It was a really good just strategy and DIY, but I don't need them anymore. I'm gonna store everything down in the craft room. If I run out of space in the craft room, who knows? Maybe I'll put these back on one of the walls, but I just wanna give you guys some advice. Let me set this down. When you are removing command strips, make sure you pull down with the stuff. So many times I've just ripped them off and completely taken the paint off. So I'm hoping that as long as I follow the rules, it'll come off easy. So let's see together, because I don't want to damage our door. So I'm going to be very careful. I like to keep my finger on the command strip item that I'm pulling down, and you just keep on pulling. Makes a fun noise. All right, I think we're ready, maybe. Let's see. Yep. Yay! No damage. All right, let's keep going.
Then a new world was opening up, and I thought that everything was already said. When it all came over me, all the things, what you said, what you did, what you made me feel. In that second, it all was so clear to me. But I will never want it any other way. And we were always talking, wishing for the phone bill not to come. And we were always laughing, now that it requires no tears for love. And we were always making love, instead I could give you more.
Just a reminder that sometimes it gets worse before it gets better. Oh, hello, Annie. And if your house looks like this in the middle of a declutter and organize project, you are probably doing it right. Don't panic. Okay, let's check in. I just had some lunch. I was feeling hangry. I also think it's really nice to take a break when you get a little overwhelmed by all the stuff. I showed you everything that's out in our hallway. Having a little bit of coffee. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling rejuvenated. As I was eating lunch, I kind of thought this through. There is no way I'm going to be able to fit the craft room portion of this in the same video because I already have hours of footage to edit at this point. So I need to be realistic. So here's my plan. We are going to make this closet beautiful. We're going to get it organized. We're going to get everything labeled. That is the goal for today. I'm going to film tomorrow part 2 of my office closet, craft room, clean, declutter, organize, and that will come out on Tuesday. I won't make you wait for it. They're gonna come out back to back, so this video will come out on a Saturday, and then that very next Tuesday, I will do the craft room. I just think that's a better plan, or else this video will be multiple hours long. Nobody's got time for that, so that's what we're gonna do, so let's get back to the closet. All right, so here's what we're gonna focus on right now. I wanna go through each of these drawers and just declutter, get them organized. One of these glue guns I need to take down to the craft room. I don't need both up here, so I'm gonna take one of those, put that in for the craft room. So go through all of these. I really like these drawers. I'm a colors person. If you haven't figured that out yet, I feel like I am just made of rainbows. I love bright colors. They bring me joy. So I wanna go through those, get those cleaned up first. And then I had an idea because something that I keep in this closet is just teacher gifts. So when I see stuff in the Target dollar spot that I think is cute, all this stuff, I just buy it so that I can use it. Like I've used these before to spell out a teacher's name. So just a lot of teacher gift things. Instead of keeping it down in the craft room, since this whole closet is like school supplies, office supplies, school related, I'm gonna take this basket here and just toss all of my teacher gift stuff in here. I have packs of new pens for them, things like that when I find them on sale. So that's gonna be my teacher gift bin. Having it in its own location will be crucial because then I won't forget what I have, and back to school will be here before we know it. So I'm sure I will need the stuff. So let's go through these, start our teacher bin going, and then we'll keep going. I have a little idea I want to share with you guys for all of those hardworking teachers out there. I know that teachers always appreciate those big gifts that come around the holidays and Teacher Appreciation Week and all of that. But what I make sure that I do is I make sure that I focus on the little things throughout the year because I know that can make such a big difference. So on just a random Friday, sending in a new pack of pens for a teacher with just a card from their student that just says, thank you, I had a great week with you. Just those little moments really make a big difference for a teacher. So just something to think about as we go into the next school year. Somebody just came in to join us. Let's not hit the camera with your tail. Annie, sit. So I just realized before I go through these colorful drawers, thank you for that kiss, I want to go through and organize all the stuff that I took out of the closet because some stuff in here goes in those drawers, so I don't want to have to redo it once I go through it. So let me just get this all laid out and organized into like piles. I'll put like with like pens together, things like that, and then we'll hit up the colorful drawers.
And we were
know some of you are gonna ask me what that font was that I used on my Cricut to make the labels on these drawers, and I honestly cannot remember. I tried to look it up to be able to tell you right now, but I will say the latest font that I like to use, and I'll use it later in this video, is called Dahlia Garden BC. That's been my go-to lately. I have it all over our pantry. I have it in the craft room. It's just a nice, easy to read font, and I just like the simple fonts when it comes to my Cricut. If you don't have a Cricut, grab a Sharpie and just label with the Sharpie. I've done that before. There's also just label stickers. If you don't want to like permanently mark something, put a label sticker on there and write on it. I have gotten creative in the past. I'm lucky enough to have a Cricut right now, and I use it as much as I can, but labels have been just life-changing for my family. I know it might seem a bit extra when you look at that, like, is it necessary to put scissors and glue on there? Absolutely. When you have children and you want them to learn to be independent, having labels is crucial, because if I said to my kids, go in the office closet, grab the glue, they would not know what to do. They would be asking me nonstop, where's the glue? What color drawer is it in? Which orange drawer is it in? Because there's 2 orange drawers. Parents, if you know, you know. So having those labels just really alleviates a million questions, and the kids can have just more independence and ownership to be able to go and find the things that they need. And I try to label as many things as possible in our home for that reason.
Don't wanna wake up, I might be dreaming. I might be dreaming. You're stirring things up, my heart is beating. My heart is beating. I won't let go, I can't say no. My heart is yours, so I say here we go.
I originally set up these carts 3 years ago when we moved into our home, and it is very nostalgic as I went through them, because it just shows me how much my kids have grown in just 3 years. The drawer that I had labeled ink used to be stamps and ink pads that they would do when they were younger, and they are just no longer in that stage anymore. So I converted it from ink stamps to ink pens. At least that's in my mindset, so I didn't have to redo the label. That seemed to work, but it is just wild how quickly the time goes. We are already a month into our summer break, because we started at the end of May, and then the kids go back. Charlie goes back the day after Liam and Rory, the way that our county does it. Different kids start at different times depending on your grade level and things like that. So Liam and Rory will go back Monday, August 18th, and Charlie will go back the 19th. And I just feel like it is going to be here before we know it. I am soaking up these summer moments. Let me know how your summer is going. It's fun, so fun to hear from you guys, because also depending on where you live in the world and things like that, your summer break, the time frames just look very different. Some people have a shorter summer, some people have a longer summer. It's just always fun to hear what's going on with you guys. So fill me in on the comments and all the fun things.
To make you do that something to my heart. I give up, you don't stop. I'm like a spinning top. You do that something to make you do that something to my heart. I give up, you don't stop. And I keep spinning.
I could take the time to sit and organize these by colors like I do with my regular washable markers, but I know my daughter Rory is just going to come in and create chaos anyway, so I'm going to try to straighten this up a little bit, and then I'm just going to leave it. That way when she goes like that to find the colors she wants, it's fine that it just gets messed up over and over again. They have a spot, they have a place. All of our dry erase markers, I don't know why I have a million dry erase markers. I can't explain it, but our daughter Rory loves to write with them on this magnetic tray right here. So I'm just going to somewhat try to organize it, but I'm not going to get too crazy about it. I made it a point to explain the dry erase marker, just disorganization, I guess purposeful disorganization to you guys, because I think it's really important when you go through these declutter and organize projects to know your family and know what is going to work for your family and also for your sanity. So there are certain things that I know it is not worth it to organize. Another example would be like our Legos. I know some families organize Legos by color, and it is beautiful to see. But that's important to your family. Your kids, some people's kids care about certain colors of Legos, and it makes it easier for your family. My kids don't care about that. So if I took the time, because it would take me weeks to organize our Legos by color, I know the first time they played with them, it would just be back to where it was before. So that doesn't work for our family, but it does for other families. So I hope that you're getting ideas here, but also remember to modify them, because what works for me might not work for your family, and that's okay.
See right through me, do that to me. So let's do this, baby. You do that something to me, you do that something to my heart. I give up, you won't stop. I'm like a spinning top. Not used to do this, it ain't my style. It ain't my style. You see right through me, I don't wanna hide. No, I don't wanna hide. I won't let go. I can't say no. My heart is yours, so I say here we go. You do that something to me, you do that something to my heart. I give up, you won't stop. I'm like a spinning top. You do that something to me, you do that something to my heart. I give up, you won't stop. And I keep spinning. You see right through me, do that to me. So let's do this, baby. You do that something to me, you do that something to my heart. I give up, you won't stop. I'm like a spinning top. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. Oh, I'm like a spinning top. Give it up.
I want to hear if you prefer bright colors or if you are more of a neutral palette person. For me, it honestly depends. I know that my soul is filled with rainbow colors and they just make me happy. And so it works for things like my closet here, and you'll see in my craft room in my next video, lots of bright colors. And like sometimes for home decor, I tend to lean into the colors of the season or the holiday for my home decor. I like neutral, I guess I like simple. I will say that. So for my base decor of our home, it's just very simple. It's blues and beige and gray and just more lighter neutral colors. But when it comes to just special occasions and things like that, I definitely go for all the colors. I like to soak up as much of that as I can, and I like to surround my kids with that. But let me know if you're a neutral or a colorful person. And just like that, we are almost done. Oh my gosh, it feels so good in here. I have no plans to put anything in that little corner or anything over here. Let me just walk you through some things. I put construction paper and just like special seasonal paper in these over here. I have felt paper up, not paper, but you know, some felt materials, and then some foam materials, and then all of our different colored papers. This is all just for school projects and things like that. I have some poster boards tucked away up there. And then I kept some of our paint trays and just project trays so that when the kids are working on school stuff, we can pull those down. Everything here is nice and organized. So these are brand new school supplies, so we'll have those ready to go for next year. Same thing down there. These are my reusable zipper pouches that I love. We got all of these organized, and then up here, I put my school little flags that we do for before, like the first day of school and last day of school flags. I'm gonna donate my first grade one because we won't need that anymore. I think the last thing I wanna do is labels. So over here is where I put, again, brand new school supplies that we didn't use this year. So we'll have that ready to go for back to school. And then I know as I go through our house, I'm gonna find a ton of markers, crayons, and colored pencils. So I'm gonna go ahead and just label those, and as I continue to declutter our home, I can throw all the extras in there. I have some markers down here. I know that Rory, when she gets home, is gonna immediately grab this and take this to her room, but that's okay. We can move it back when she's done using it, but it's nice to have everything organized by color there. I just feel so good about this. All right, let's make some labels. I'm just doing simple white tags to hang from the bins. That way I can switch them out if I need to. Nothing is permanent. And I found these little strings that kind of connect at the ends that came with some kit that I had. So I'll try to find something similar and link it for you guys because it was like super simple and easy and it held them in a perfect position. So that was really nice. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video gave you guys some ideas and really just some inspiration for your own homes, and just to know again that you don't have to have a closet dedicated to this stuff. You can find a small little corner in your home and just get creative with it, problem solve through it, and just come up with systems that help your family and give items a home of their own. If you're new, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button and stick around. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys back here on Tuesday when we take on the craft room. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Don't wanna wake up, I might be dreaming. I might be dreaming.